food and another common topic in our speaking. So we're gonna start with part one, and of course, like always, I will ask you a few questions, and after that, we'll talk about words and idioms related to this topic. Okay, my first question for you. So, what is your favorite dish?
Well, um, I'm a foodaholic, so there are many kind of food that I really like. But if I got to choose once, I could go for cereals because they are really light and low in calories. So I always choose that as my favorite breakfast.
Yeah, okay. So you said that you are a foodaholic. So really, so it's something like an addiction. So because you know that this is something like an addiction when we say a holic can be a negative. So really, are you foodaholic? Or you are a binge eater, for example. We have binge eater. Yeah.
I just say that because I love food because I don't think that that has the negative meaning. I
Yeah.
just think that foodaholics it's someone who loves eating.
Yeah, of course it can be, but you normally because you have the desire and it's not controllable, so it's not under your control. You say aholic. For example, when we say workaholic, of course it means working too much. So yeah, it can be so a person who is really active, but it's too much because of this. We say aholic. So here. So it's better to use, I think it's better to use different words. So of course you can say into, I love, or for example, so everything, or for example, uh, you can say if you are. Some people eat a lot, especially in one go, and they can't stop. So for example, this one, a holic can be like a binge eater. So if you are, you can say. If no, it's better to actually use another word to describe how you feel. So this one, if you want to say a holic, just let me write here. This one we have binge eater or eating. So it's depends how you use it. I'm a binge eater, so I think I mean I eat a lot of food in one go. It's something like I can't stop. That some people just eat, and sometimes they need some, I don't know, some medicines to stop eating. So this word can be like addiction. So I think it carries a negative meaning. So I think it's better to use another word. Well, so you are not a fussy eater.
Sorry, what's what the
Uh,
word?
this one, fussy eater or picky eater. So both are,
Eater.
yeah, some
Yeah,
people, yeah, that. So are
yeah.
you?
I used to be a picky eater. I couldn't eat seafood or fruit. I used to hate fruit so much.
Yeah.
But then when I grown up more, I realized that I can eat all of those things because they are essential to my health, and my in my physical appearance. So I try to eat more, a wider range variety of food.
Yeah, of course. Well, very good. Okay. So just let me tell you something about two other words here, because we talked about some words that actually are a bit maybe confusing. So okay, if it's good to use them or no. For example, when we say snacking, so of course you say, okay, some people enjoy, I don't know, eating small amounts of food frequently. So during the day, especially, I don't know, this one, that one, just small amounts of different foods. So we say this, actually, this is snacking. But this actually word normally has a negative connotation. So it's something like negative meaning. But normally say, okay, snacking, why not? So I can eat. But it's not really good because normally it's something that we can't control. And especially people who need to lose weight actually avoid doing this. So just eating some snacks like in little. So here, or tell me, are there any food or something that you eat to feel comfortable, like your comfort eating?
Um, well, I could go for low calorie cereals because I can eat it either as a breakfast or my or in like break time as snacks because it's contain no literal no sugar, so I don't worry too much when I'm hungry and I eat that.
How about chocolate? Because normally, when it comes to comfort eating, everyone actually talk about chocolate and ice cream. So especially when you're not in mood and you're not feeling it, so you feel like, okay, let's eat some chocolate because of, I don't know, the sweet taste maybe, I don't know, or ice cream. So they make us feel comfortable, happy like this. So do you have the same thing? Like, I don't know, if you are in the habit of eating chocolate and sweet to feel comfortable and to feel good?
Not really. I don't eat ice cream too much, and I don't like chocolate. I just think that the taste of chocolate it's just not for me. It's a bit weird, and sometimes it's too much sweet.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, too much. Well, just let me write snacking when you enjoy eating small amounts of food frequently. That is negative, just let me write. Normally negative, not all the time, but normally negative. Okay. Well, and the next question. So, part one. Okay, let's see what is the better one too. Okay. And tell me, have you always had a preference for the same food?
Not really. Um, Usually I'm following a really healthy lifestyle, so I would prioritize something that good and essential for my health. But sometimes crave I crave for something unhealthier like pizza or fast food like chickens or spaghetti, something like that. And and sometimes I think that it helps to boost my mood up, and then I have more energy to work and to study.
Yeah, of course. So I think, yeah, you would prefer to dine in. So just, the dine in means eating at home and dine out means eating out. So you would prefer to dine in. Just let me write, it's not bad. So just to dine in and dine out. Okay, dining, as you can guess. So at home, dine out at restaurants. So you can say you would prefer to dine in. And but I think you if you want to talk about, for example, your taste maybe or something that you prefer or you're willing to eat. So maybe home cooked food and healthy food. So something like nutritious, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So just that you can use this word, so nutritious, home cooked. So, okay, just let me write.
Or can I get few seconds to turn the fan off?
Yes. home cooked and of course nutritious. So these two words can be used here for this. Okay, so tell me about ready meal. So what do you think about? I don't know. Sometimes we need to have a quick snack, so maybe ready meal can be a good choice. So what do you think about this?
Well, personally, I feel that packaged meal or ready meals are really convenient for people who don't have time. But personally, my mom restricted me buying these things because she believes that it's harm it is really harmful for our health conditions over time, and it can lead to several severe illness if we over relying on we if we rely over relies on these kind of things.
Yeah, of course. And so normally, sometimes, of course, especially when you're starving, hungry, so moms uh, just feel like, okay, let's make a slab up. So tell me about that food. It's normally, so you know that slab up meal means a meal, or for example, that it can be cooked quickly, and of course normally they're fatty because they're cooked really quickly, and when we have no idea about what to cook, so normally some, I don't know, slab up meal. So tell me about a Vietnamese slab of meal that you, if your mom wants to cook something quickly, so this is the first option.
Well, I think there's various slab meals that we can easily get, and it takes only few minutes uh, to finish the dish. And I think one of them is maybe instant noodles. I
uh,
think that is really popular, and it's like appear in every Vietnamese house because they are cheap, they are affordable, and they are ready to cook. It takes only about 3 or 4 minutes to finish.
Yeah, of course. So you can say that popular is really good, but you can also use here, why not? You can use present perfect. And for example, you can say this type of maybe food and dishes have gained popularity among, for example, people around the world, of course, not only the country. So gain is a good one. And so this word, so for example, this food has gained some popularity, especially due to, I don't know, the modern lifestyle. People don't have enough time to cook and spend time for cooking. So like this. Well, okay. And my next question. So again, part one, let's see what we have. So can you describe a typical meal in your country?
Um, Normally, a traditional Vietnamese meal consists of about two main dishes and a bowl of which mostly contains protein from meat or plants like tofu, um, and and we usually have a bowl of soup, and then rice, and that enough for a really nutritious and gourmet meal.
Yeah, of course, very good. And tell me about taste, because I have no idea about the taste of Vietnamese food. So tell me, sour, sweet, either salty, so peppery, spicy.
Well, I think it's kind of hard to describe detailedly the taste, but I guess Vietnamese people could use a really little seasoning and oil when they cook, so it tastes so we can taste the raw taste of the food we cook. For example, for meat and for plants, we can taste the real taste of that.
Yeah, of course, got it. And well, just before we keep going, so because you talked about, you use the word nutritious, of course, that's really good. And you know that we don't use yummy or something like this, Niles. And of course, in advanced level, we don't say it's something that we teach to kids to learn. So, but I don't know, some people like I don't know, we would rather use yummy, but it's not really good, so we don't use it. Okay, so nutritious is really good, and you can also use it when you want to say something tasty or good, perfect. And we have another words when you want to say that, for example, this food or everything, not only food. So when it's really good, perfect, okay? So excellent, for example, you can say top notch. So this one is really good one if you want to use top notch, like perfect, like spot on. So spot on or perfect. So, and you can use not only about food, just, different categories usable. So, but you know that nutritious and healthy, just specifically about food, but top notch, spot on, perfect for different categories and topics. Well, okay, and how do you feel about fast food?
Mm, well, as I said, because fast food or packaged food are convenient, and it can catering everyone's demand. But again, it is not healthy, and I think that the ingredients and the source of ingredients, like the meat in fast food, maybe maybe not really healthy and safe for our health. But sometimes I think fast food, but it is undeniable that fast food tastes so good, and sometimes it's okay for people to have it, because it sometimes good food can lift the mood up.
Yeah, of course, very good. Well, yeah, and of course in part three we'll talk about this one, so it's better to. So here, the end of your answer, that was good. But as I told you, this one, part one, specific about you. Again, in part three, if, of course, we have another question, for example, like in your country. So I will ask you, for example, about fast food and the habit of fast food in your country. So you can talk about general and you can talk about generally and about all people. So how you feel about it, of course. So you can mention because here we have home cooked food. Of course, it's really difficult to, I don't know, eat home cooked food every day. So or on a daily basis. So sometimes we need to to find another actually optional alternative like fast food. And another thing that you can mention here, so delicious, delectable, tasty, luscious, mouth-watering, so different words because you know that when it comes to fast food, of course they're really delicious. In IELTS we don't say delicious, so you know that different words like delectable, or for example, tasty is good, but luscious as well, rich, sweet, delectable, so you can use. And tell me about, so appetizers, first of all. So, mouth watering. So, forget. And so tell me about appetizers. So first of all, I want to know that do you like to eat and have an appetizer before your main meal?
um well, I think it's appetizer. It's not our traditional meal. We just got our main dish right away when we dine. So I really tried appetizer.
Yeah, of course, of course. So you don't. And how about side dish?
Side dish,
Yeah, of course.
like
Yeah, normally we have some side dishes with main dish. Like for example, when we have steak, of course we have mashed potato. So they come together and you can eat. So it's side dish. So of course, in different cultures, different countries, side dish can be different foods and meals. Like for example, salad in one country can be appetizer, in one country can be, for example, side dish. So it depends. French fries can be, for example, appetizer, or in another country can be side dish that people eat with main food. So I want to know if you have any side dishes.
actually we don't. Everything we eat in the meals are supposed to be main dish, and we eat all of that with rice. But
Yeah,
Vietnamese people don't consider rice as side dish because we really appreciate rice, wheat, and carbohydrate like that. So we
yeah.
count it as main dish.
Of course, of course. And because, I actually saw some pictures of your something like meals, dishes, and there are a lot of things. And I could see some small dishes. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. But yeah, and I thought that, okay, so maybe they are side dishes. So because, for example, a bowl of something, of course, I'm not sure what was it, like noodle or meat or something like this, a soup, and some small dishes. So could you tell me about it? So I want to know, all they are included in main dish, or main meal, or no? For example, they are like side dishes for that's main meal.
I think the small bowl you are talking about, it's bowl of sauce. For example, fish sauce or soy sauce, something
Ah,
like that.
got
Yeah,
it.
that is a really traditional and popular seasoning in our country.
Ah, of course. So you add some flavors when eating. That's really
Yeah,
interesting. Like it,
yeah.
got it.
Instead of we put it in our dish, we can just put it in a small bowl so everyone can dip the food in. For example, dip the piece of meat in the bowl of yeah bowl of sauce.
Of course, got it. And how about trying some new food? Are you a person who actually is interested in trying new food?
Um, well, I think I'm 50-50 because sometimes I just don't want to change. I just continue to order and eat something that I am familiar with. But when I dine out with my sister, who is a really who really like to try new foods,
Yeah,
I force myself to do the same because um, sometimes I fear of missing out. For example, because we don't try this, so later we do have no chance to taste it again. So
yeah, of course. Because you said that you are actually, you have a big desire for food, like you are foodie. So if I want a good, so it's because you said, this one is really good because it's a good synonym. So I found it. So if you are foodie, it means you love eating food. If you are a huge foodie, like, it's like this is my first choice. So like really like. So you can use, because you can say, despite being foodie, okay, despite being foodie, I don't tend to maybe try new food. So it's like, I don't want to take a risk of trying something new that I don't like the taste or something like this. So here you can use this word. And well, let's keep going with the next one. Uh, who usually prepares food in your household?
um, my grandma is the one who always preparing gourmet meals and nutritious food or for my entire family. She's really good at cooking, and she is also she's also conscious about health issues. So she's always tend to create healthy meals with,
Yeah,
yeah, essential elements and vitamins.
yeah, of course. And where do you usually eat?
Um, where
Where, of course.
um, we well for mostly we tend to dine at home. Um, even if there's a family gathering, we tend to choose home cooked food and just order a few snacks for children, so they can choose among the food.
Yeah, of course. And tell me, do you spend a lot on food?
Mm, well, these days I'm um, these days I have a more passion for cooking. So every morning I try to make breakfast myself because I'm in my holidays and I have time. So I want to try out some new recipe that I've learned on the internet.
Ah, very good. Perfect. Okay, so you don't spend a lot, so you don't need to spend a lot. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on part two, but before it's not bad to learn some maybe phrases, idioms. I will give you some alternatives, and then we will keep going with part two and part three. Okay. So, first of all, uh, it's like about diet, of course, you can say that I eat a healthy diet or I am on, I follow. So all these verbs are okay, so you can use. And because I ask you if you spend a lot, now you want to say that I spend a lot. So spend money. So it can on something, not only food. So you can use these idioms for different topics, not only food. For example, if you fork out, there are different idioms. So to fork out on something means to spend a lot. So this is the first one that you can use. For example, you can say, I forked out more than we should. I spent a lot. Okay. And yeah, you can say pay over the odds. And to spend a fortune again. So you can say on something, just preposition is on, so no difference. They are synonyms, so you can. Uh, and the next one, this one is good. To pay through the nose. So why not to pay too much? To pay through the nose. That is, but this one is for something, not on, for something. That is to pay too much, a lot. So you can say the first one. Okay, so these three idioms, especially in part three, because you need to talk about for something general. And now you know that when you are really hungry, so you can say starving. So you know that when you're starving or starving hungry, so it means really hungry. So to emphasize actually this adjective, so you can say, and you know about processed food, so and ready food, so you know that. And when you want to say that, for example, we went to a restaurant to eat out, and actually we ate something that was really delicious but too expensive, but I think that meal was worth buying. So because I don't know, because of good quality, so of course we spend a lot. Now you can combine idiom and another one. So how to say when quality justifies the bill. So this one, quality, justify the bill means even it's expensive, of course, even if it's expensive, you can use. Okay, and about delicious. So of course you can say delicious, but I told you some other, for example, words and phrases that you can use. And so quick snack, you know that. Just light snack. Sometimes we need to have a quick snack, especially when we go out, for example, when we don't have enough time to make. And takeaway, so know that meal prepared in cafe or restaurant, and we use takeaway, so you can use. And so when you want to exaggerate that you're really hungry, I'm dying of hunger, so you're really hungry. And some when you want to say that, just let me write, it's not that before I forget. So to be
Sorry,
dying.
I
Yes.
cannot see the blackboard anymore.
Oh, what happened? I'm sharing. Okay. Okay, how about now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
I'm sorry. So, yes. Okay. So to be dying of hunger, that is an exaggerated, of course, way of saying you are very hungry. So if you want, you can use it. And you're talking about food again, and you want to say that, okay, I ate a lot so that I couldn't eat anymore. To be full up. So, for example, I say, would you like to more chips or to have more chips? Oh, I'm already full up. So when you can't eat, you say full up. I can't eat anymore, so you can use it. And just let me, oh, uh, sometimes, okay, I'm in a hurry, so I need to just, I want to catch a snack to eat actually something very, portion of food, of course, a little portion of food very quickly. So you can use the verb catch for snack. So this one, okay. And now, uh, you want to say, if you want to talk about restaurants, so of course you know that when you want to say that I pay something, it's on me, it's okay. For example, okay, it's on me. I want to pay. And we have another phrase, to foot the bill means to pay. To pay the bill. Okay, so let me foot the bill for lunch. So it means let me pay. Okay. Well, I will think about more options just now. Let's move on part two. Okay, well, let me see. What do we have? Okay, just well, part two. Describe time when you experienced new food the first time. Say,
Oh, okay, I'm done.
Of course.
Yeah. So I will tell you about um, a time that I tried a new cuisine for the first time. So it was the trip to Japan last year that we tried so much new food, and there's a food that's engraved in my mind, which is takoyaki. So basically, it's a seafood, especially octopus fried with a mixture of flour, um, and um, and it's and and the seller pour some soy sauce on the top, so it tastes a bit spicy, salty, and sweet at the same time. And I think the taste is was just incredible. I used to hate seafood, but the time I tried it, it just blew my mind. It's worth trying new food. It was sold on the local street food in a shop, which near a temple. So after visiting around the temple, we was dying of hunger. So we uh, so we So we went to the shop and ordered a small serving of takoyaki, but its turnout was really good, so we got to order more. Um, and and fortunately, when I went back to my country, there's a few restaurant which sold the same thing, and the taste is just the same, and I really love that. And these days, at the weekend, sometimes I would like to order it or to dine out um, just to taste the food. And I think it's also really healthy for our health because it contains a lot of um, it contains protein and other vegetable inside.
Well, very good. Okay, thank you. So, uh, okay, you talked about Japanese actually cuisine, so that was really good. And so now some words that you can add. Your answer was good. So uh, the first one, when you want to try something new, of course you are a bit hesitant to try because you have never here. I want you to use tenses because of this. I'm adding something. For example, if I were you, I would say that I was hesitant, okay, to try it. And after that, you can use past perfect because I had never eaten it, for example, before. So here I have the combination of two grammatical structure that is really good. Okay, so this is the first. But now you can add an idiom, for example. But of course, I think the proof is in the pudding. It means you can only know if something is good or not by tasting or trying or eating or experiencing it. So here you can add an idiom that is the proof is in the pudding. It means you can only know. Oh, I'm typing, so what? Oh, proof is in the pudding. Okay, that is. So this one, especially for example, I don't know, I'm not sure whether I need to, for example, visit this country or no, but I will guess, the proof is in the pudding. So I need to, so you can use it for different situation, not only about food, but this one is really good. And you want to say that you said that it was really good. So of course you can say, but you can say, I was pleasantly surprised by how good it tasted. So here you can use the word pleasant as an adverb. So I was pleasantly surprised by how good it tasted. So here you can see that I was really happy. That was really perfect because you said that was really good. Okay, and of course I enjoyed. Well, so, and this way you can make your answer, but totally that was really good. Just, maybe one or two, just one more grammatical structure because of course you use past. That was just, but that was not enough. Just add only one. Only one more can boost your score. So that's really important to use more. Of course, you can just try to make something in your mind. Well, and now let's keep going with part 3 of speaking. Okay. So for part 3, let me ask you my first question. Is fast food popular in your country?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Of course, is fast food popular in your country?
Well, no, actually. Um, because fast food is considered as above average in terms of price in our country. So mostly people only go for fast food if they hang out with friends or tend to dine out with their family as a way to change their daily diet. But normally they choose home cooked food because they are much more affordable and much and safer for our body.
Yeah, of course. Well, so it's not really popular because the first one, so when people want to catch up with others, so they eat out, for example, they dine out to catch up with others to have, for example, I don't know if they want to socialize, for example, or some social events. But I didn't get because I want to be sure. You talked about price because I couldn't hear that part.
Yeah, right. I talk about the price.
Okay, and could you repeat it, please?
Um, Normally people in my country consider that fast food it's about above the average in price, so they tend to choose home cooked food because they are
Yeah,
much cheaper.
of course, of course. So the prices are not affordable, you mean? So here
Yes.
affordable is a good one, and especially now you can add something. Why not? Let me show my vocabulary range. So especially, for example, for people who live in a tight budget. So people who live, so that is really important, on a tight budget. So of course they don't have, so because of this, prices are not affordable for people who live, especially who live on a tight budget. So of course people would not prefer. And of course you can talk about it's not healthy, and you can say of course about a huge significant effect on health if you consume a huge amount of fast food on a regular basis. So You can say, and of course, you can talk about obesity, that of course, depression, and they're all actually affected and maybe results and consequences of eating too much. So it lead to diseases like obesity or depression, or I don't know, such as some type of diseases. Okay, well, and the next one, tell me about popular foods in your country. What foods are popular in your country?
Well, talking about fav- I think most people, even foreigners, know about pho, which is our traditional food that has gained popularity all around the world. Even in other countries like Japan or Korea, I can see Vietnamese restaurant that sell pho everywhere. And I think the one kind of this popularity is that the unique taste that pho brings, and also and it contains a lot of nutritious food, like carbohydrate from the rice, from the rice noodles, and those and the soup tastes from the meat, uh, and and all all combined create a really unique taste that we cannot find anywhere else. So it's become like our traditional dish, and I think that every foreigners or foreign tourists that come to my country at least try for once.
Well, very good. So, uh, first of all, I think you mean meat flavor, taste. I didn't get that part, but I
Yeah,
think you mean meat flavor. Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
yeah.
But you can say, of course, there is no doubt because I heard that pho is actually maybe the most favorable or all-time favorite. So, all-time favorite food. Okay, in Vietnam, especially for foreigners who have lived or visited your country. Okay, they normally have a picture of this dish in their mind. To have a picture of something in your mind means you, of course, you don't forget because it's and. What makes such a food stand out, different, better? So, what makes this food or these food, of course, food stand out is what is, for example, I don't know, ingredients of herbs, for example, or taste. So everything, of course, you can add something. Okay, and this way you can maybe change. Okay, and of course don't forget about just, for example, mouth-watering, delectable. So try to use, for example, all ingredients so that are included in this, for example, dish, actually really like, for example, mouth-watering, and not only just, this one is really good because you said something about taste when I asked you if it's sour or salty. So you can say that flavor balanced. I can't say that something is sour or salty. What is balanced? So this one is good, is a good collocation that you can use. So flavor balanced. So you can say this one. Okay, so not only Vietnamese food, for example, pho, okay, not only is flavor balanced, but also mouth-watering, delectable. Okay, so, wow. And the next question, okay, well, The last question. And why do you think some people choose to be vegetarian?
Um, well, the one reason that I can think of is that they don't want to consume products that from killing animals, um, and I think that is a good trait that they want to protect them. I think it's humane, and the other reason is that um, well, vegan dishes are contains lots of vitamins and minerals from vegetable, which is really essential for our body and our physical appearance. So, in order to improve that, they can choose something that is really low in calories but contains adequate nutrition.
Yeah, of course. Just, first of all, vegan and vegetarian are different. So just pay attention when using because they're definitely different. Vegan, I'm not sure if I told you before or not. So vegan is someone who doesn't eat anything related to animals, not milk, nothing, not eggs, so nothing related to, but vegetarian, just meat. So their diet actually is something like except for meat and meat products, like for example, I don't know, birds and other meat products, but vegan is really strict vegetarian, even milk, even eggs. Okay, so everything related to animals. So they're different. And of course, the last thing that I want to tell you, people nowadays are persuaded or convinced to eat healthy, to have a healthier lifestyle. So people, okay, not towards a healthier lifestyle. They want to have. Okay, what is my T? Okay, so this one, not to be encouraged, okay, or persuade to have or to do something. Okay, my dear, and that's it. Do you have any questions related to the sport?
No.
Okay, and thank you. Thank you for being perfect like always, and have a great day. It's time to go. Have a great
Yeah.
day. Goodbye.
Have a good week too.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Goodbye. Bye-bye.